Good morning, you guys. My name is Katie. I'm adding up Addingtons, and the single biggest question that I get asked in my life is, how do you do it all? So today I am going to be giving you my single biggest secret and giving you some tips and practical advice to avoid mom guilt. So here we go. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am so glad that you have stopped by and joined us. Again, my name is Katie, and I have 8 kids. We are a former foster family. We are an adoptive family. We homeschool our kids. My husband owns a small business. We love to travel and adventure together, and we just cover all of those things around here because we love to encourage you. So if you have not already subscribed, I would love for you to consider doing so and coming along with us, because I want to get to know you and I want to be able to offer practical encouragement like this in your life. So my question for you this morning is, first of all, where are you watching from? And also, how did you originally find our channel? Was it homeschooling that brought you in? Was it foster care where you were searching for information and you found us? Or were you just searching for how to deal with mom guilt and you landed here for the first time this morning? If so, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here with us. I really hope to be an encouragement for you. All right, so the single biggest question that I get asked is, how do you do it all? Now, this might look a couple of different ways when people ask it. I get asked, I'll be out in public with my kids and people will say, oh my gosh, you're here with 5 kids or 8 kids or however many I have with me. And awesome. My lawnmowers are here. This is going to be fun. All right, I'll talk loud. Hopefully it's okay. I will be out in public with my kids and people will say, oh my gosh, you're here with 8 kids. You're here with 5 kids, however many I have. And be like, I only have 1. Or I only have 2, and I struggled to get out the door this morning. And so I get asked this question, how do you do everything in life? And here is the secret. I'm going to tell it to you right now. Are you ready? I don't do everything. I don't do everything all the time. And here's some examples. My kids don't all play sports. They don't all go to dance classes. They don't all do things outside of the house. Most of them don't. I am not, because my kids aren't in public school, I'm not doing field trips and theme days and costumes and things on other people's schedules. I don't work outside of our house. Yes, I make YouTube videos, but I don't have to get up and leave every day. I don't have to do those things. Here's a big one. I don't deep clean my house. Hardly ever. Sure, we pick up and we put things away and we tidy, and if something's actually grimy, I am going to wipe it off. But here's the thing, I'm not regularly mopping my floors. I'm not regularly digging all the dust out of the corners. I'm not doing those things. So you might see that, yes, I homeschool, and yes, we're going out on outings with my kids and we do all those things, but you don't see that I don't mop my floors. You don't see that. So don't, especially I really have this heart for young moms or moms with a couple of kids. Hear me say, please do not compare your bad days to my highlight reel. Especially with social media, it is so easy to do this. Don't compare my best of the best, my high points, to your really low ones. That's just not what we're called to do. We all have things that we have to do. We all have things that are necessary for us to live our life. We all have things that are priorities for us right now. And we all have things that we're not. We all have things that we're not called to, that are not priorities in our lives right now. So my question for you, let me know in the comments down below, is what things are you called to right now? What things are you called to right now? They are going to be different from everybody else's. They're not going to look like mine. They're not going to look like the other people on your social media feed. But what are those things that you are called to right now? All right, so we all have bad days, right? Here, I'm going to give you 3 big tips for how to avoid the mom guilt and really live more fully, even though we're not doing it all. So here are some of my big tips. We all have bad days, right? Yesterday, I had a rough day. I was not feeling great. It was one of those days. My body was just not my best friend. I didn't feel great. I had a headache. My husband has been working overtime this week trying to get ready to go on a camping trip with our older boys. My kids were cranky. They were screaming at each other. They were screaming at me. They were bickering and fighting all day long. We had major behavior things. I had to go run errands so that I didn't have a kid run out of medication that she needs. I had some scheduling things I had to get done. I had to go to the grocery store to get my husband the things that he needs for this camping trip with our sons. And it was just a busy day, and everybody was cranky, and I didn't feel good. And at the end of the day, I got my kids in bed, and you know what? I didn't have a video edited for today, and I could have just totally beaten myself up over that of like, oh, I didn't get it all done, right? My house was a wreck. And I didn't have a video edited, and I could have like beaten myself up and really gotten down on myself. And I could have stayed up late cleaning and editing and just totally dragged myself through the mud for those things. But that doesn't help us. That's not encouraging. It's not encouraging for me. It's not encouraging to you to know that, well, I just powered through it and got it all done. No, I'm not going to tell you that I did, because the truth is I didn't. So here are my 3 tips for when you have those days to get out of that mom guilt and live more fully in your own life that you are called to right now. So the first thing, let me pull this up here. The first thing is to focus on the necessary. Focus on the necessary. What things are necessary today? So you need to choose your own priority. Here is my biggest tip with that. You know how many priorities I choose for the day? 1. I only choose 1 priority on any given day. And yesterday, that priority was getting the things that both me and my husband needed to have a successful weekend. I needed to go get the food and the supplies that my husband needed to go camping with my sons. I needed to make sure that I had the medication for one of those kids that's staying home with me for the weekend, so that I'm not running into this over the weekend. I know the mowers are here. I'm over here right now. I know, I heard that. That was my priority. I only pick one priority on any given day. I only pick one. And here's what happens when you do that. You can look back at your day, even if you have a whole big list of things that didn't get done, right? Like that was my priority yesterday. Anything else that got done was a bonus. Here comes my lawnmower. Anything else that got done yesterday was a bonus. So at the end of the day, I could choose to beat myself up over the things I didn't get done. But here's what I did. I said, you know what? I got the laundry done that the guys needed to go on their camping trip. I got the supplies that they needed. I got the medicine that my kiddo at home with me needs for the weekend. My kitchen is cleaner than it was when I got up yesterday morning. I did the dishes. I fed my kids. I did all of these things. And you know what? The list of the things that I did do was longer at the end of the day than the list of things that I didn't do. And so because I had set my priorities and I worked to my priorities, I had done way more than I realized. So what is your biggest priority for today? What is it gonna be? Let me know in the comments or in the chat. Let me know what is your biggest priority for today. If this has been helpful to you so far, would you give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you are getting value out of it? I would really appreciate that. And then let's keep going. The next thing, when you have a bad day, and I had to remind myself yesterday in my bad day, was to look for opportunities. Look for opportunities. So this can look a couple of different ways. It could be like, what are some things to be thankful for? Or what are some opportunities that came out of things not working the way that you expected? So, for example, one thing that I was super thankful for yesterday was that really bad day where I felt crappy and my kids were acting crappy. And you know what? A great thing is it happened on a Wednesday, which in our house, Wednesday night is pizza night. So here's the thing. Everybody's acting out. I feel awful. I have a list of things I didn't do. And you know what? I didn't need to make dinner. I put pizza in the oven and that was dinner. And so even though I had a rough day, you know what? I am so thankful that I didn't also have to be trying to think of something to make for dinner. So I chose to be thankful about that. Here is another thing that I discovered yesterday. I had been doing research on how to do live streams. I'd been doing this research and watching a bunch of videos and kind of thinking about it, and had kind of concluded like, yeah, that would be cool, but I'm not really sure what I would live stream about. And you know what? At the end of the day, when my video didn't get edited, my husband said, you should just go live. And I was like, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. So looking for opportunity. If I had been totally on top of things and had not, been struggling to get things done yesterday, I would have missed that opportunity. I would have had a very polished, put together video for you today and wouldn't have had a chance to share this particular encouragement. And so that was an opportunity. So let me know in your life, what is today's silver lining? What opportunity or a chance to be thankful have you gotten because of the things that you didn't do or that you can't do today? So what is today's silver lining for you? Like I said yesterday, those were my things. I didn't have to make dinner on top of everything else. It was pizza night already. So even though I was having a rough day, I could be thankful for that. I had an opportunity to try out this thing that I've been researching and learning about. In what seemed like less than ideal circumstances, it allowed me an opportunity to try something new. So, what is today's silver lining? And again, if you are finding this helpful or encouraging, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. And here is my third and final tip for when you are having those bad days and you're struggling with the mom guilt or comparing all the things that you didn't get done to somebody else's perfectly posed picture on Instagram, is to be gentle with yourself. Like I mentioned earlier, when I got to the end of the day and had a great big list of things that weren't done, I could have beaten myself up and dragged myself to the dirt. I could have stayed up all night trying to clean up my house and edit a video and get all of the things done. And you know what? I would have been tired and cranky, and I already wasn't feeling well, and I would have just made myself feel even worse. So you know what I did? I closed myself in my room with a box of Girl Scout cookies. And yes, I ate that entire box of Girl Scout cookies. No regrets. No regrets. I ate that whole box of Girl Scout cookies. And I sat and watched some tutorials on things that I found interesting. I did something interesting that helped me learn and grow and gain new skills and new information that I enjoyed, that I will put to use in the future, that I will use to try new things. You know what? My house is still messy this morning. There is still opportunity to clean it up. And again, because I was looking at opportunities, I am getting to share this encouragement with you this morning live instead of trying to make it look like I got everything done, because I didn't. I didn't get everything done. And you know what? In this case, it was a great opportunity. So I was gentle with myself. I did something that felt good. I ate all those cookies, ate all of them. I did something that was interesting to me, and I rested. I got ready for bed. I laid down. I let my body decompress and just rest. I rested, because here is the truth, and this is my final thing for today, but I want you to hear this. God's grace is sufficient. You don't have to be everything, because God's grace is sufficient for me and for you, and that is enough. You are enough because God has made you enough, because God Himself is enough for everything that life throws at us. And because He is enough, His mercy is new every morning. So I am so thankful for new mercies every morning. I am so glad that yesterday's awful day does not have to dictate today. So my question for you is, what new mercies are you thankful for this morning? What new mercies are you thankful for this morning? I am so thankful that I'm feeling better today. I'm thankful that I can get up and try again. So if you have ever looked at someone out in public or on YouTube or on Instagram or wherever it is and thought, gosh, how did they do it all? There it is, folks. There's the answer. I don't do it all. And it's so easy to fall into the trap of guilt and beating yourself up. And so, again, my encouragement to you is that you are called to something right now. You are called to something right now. What is that? Don't compare what you are called to what someone else is displaying. Focus on the necessary. Make your priorities. Focus on the necessary. Make your priorities. Look for reasons to be thankful and opportunities that you might have missed had you done it all. And be gentle with yourself. Hello, ma'am. Be gentle with yourself. God is sufficient, and his mercies are new every morning. So thank you so much for being here, whether you've joined me live this morning or watching the replay later on. I am so glad that you are here. I am so glad that you are here. Please give this video a thumbs up if you got some encouragement for it. Consider subscribing if you would like to stick around and be part of our family adventures. And we will see you next time. Bye. Okay, bye. Bye.